The earliest insects were wingless. There are fossils which indicate steps in the evolution of insect wings, such as those of the earliest known insect's wings, Eoterum, which would not have allowed flight but rather only gliding. Other early insects had primitive vein formation, much simpler than those of all other insects. Many possessed proto-wings on their first thoracic segment, which are thought to be similar to the structures from which wings evolved. The most primitive winged insects alive today are known as paleopterans because they do not fold their wings over their abdomens the way that most insects known as neopterans do. The paleopterans of the Carboniferous were far more common than their modern counterparts. One group, known as the Paleodictyopterans, possessed sucking mouth parts, as did the majority of the insects of the Carboniferous. This is interesting because today only about 10% of insects possess sucking mouth parts. Others primarily possess chewing mouth parts. And so these Carboniferous insects were unlike those of the modern day. They had segments in their heads lacking in modern insects. They possessed pro-wings on their thoracic lobes, which modern insects lacked. The Paleopterans were far better represented than today, and those with sucking mouth parts were far more common than they are today. Other Paleopterous insects include dragonflies, mayflies, and the griffin flies. This last group, Meganisoptera, was an order which is now extinct. These were related to dragonflies, and some could reach large sizes, including Meganora, whose meter-long wingspan made it the largest known flying insect. It is thought that the high oxygen content in the air during the Carboniferous allowed insects and other arthropods to reach these great sizes. Although no modern neopteran insects, the insects which can fold their wings and make up the vast majority of insects today, are known from the Carboniferous, a few basal lineages, such as a diversity of proto-orthopteran insects, which are ancestral to many of the insects alive today, and a group which is ancestral to cockroaches, mantises, and termites. Now, these were not truly roaches, although they were roach-like in their body shape. True roaches would come much later. These are ancestral forms. And so a few ancestral lineages of neopteran insects are known from the Carboniferous.